Hey guys, welcome back to How's It Doing Garage. Today, I'm going to be fixing Anna's slow bolt-ish. Yeah, so you remember we bought Anna's cold bolt here a while ago. Well, today we finally got some free time. We're going to work on it. I'm going to put it on some of the broken parts that we got from the junkyard that we're replacing. We're going to do that, and then we got some brakes and a couple other little things, some cam position sensors we're going to put on it. But first we're going to start with taking all the broken crap off, which is going to be like the hood, the bumper cover, pretty much the whole front suspension's got to come off. I'm going to take the rear tires off. I have just happen to have a set of the same size tires that's supposed to be on the car. I don't know where I came up with them at, but some reason I had them. So I'm gonna get the rear tires replaced with the ones I got, and then hopefully we could take it up and down the road and see how it drives, because you can't even really drive the car right now because it's just so disheveled. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do today. Stay tuned. You can see how thin. Looks like somebody put new pads on this, but this brake rotor is paper thin, so it needs a new rotor. And then the sway bar end link is bent here. The lower control arm, the bushings are so far gone in it, like you can see. Yeah, the back bushing is all blown out, and then it's just, the whole thing's a mess. The control arm so wore out that every time you move in the suspension, it's rocking back so hard that the tire has been rubbing on this pinch weld and cutting the tire. But for now, we're just going to get the bumper cover off, which is attached down here. Uh-oh. Alright, so I got that suspension out. As you can see, this bushing was not serving a purpose any longer. So that was why the wheel was doing this and throwing the tire into the inner fender, cutting the tire. And then this other bushing here, you can see it slid back in the control arm so far that this part of the control arm was rubbing on the cradle. You can see like the control arm was rubbing on the cradle, that it was moving so much. I'm gonna get the other side taken apart. We got to get some sway bar end links because these are busted. Tie rods feel okay. So yeah, we keep rolling. I was afraid that once I got in here, I was going to find a lot more damage than what I was led on to believe there was. And, you know, naturally I did. But it's not that bad. I've seen worse. So, like you can tell, turn this light on here. It's looking like there was, like something happened where this has been impacted. Not a big deal. So they replaced this strut and then the CV axle. So I'm guessing they destroyed the suspension somehow in the car and then replaced these pieces in an effort to get it back on the road. So this strut's new. I'm not really worried about replacing it right now. The CV axle's new, so I'm not worried about replacing it, but we are going to replace all of the brakes, calipers, rotors, pads. I've ordered this brake line. The tie rods are still pretty good. Anna's actually going to the parts store right now to get new sway bar end links. As you can tell, the sway bar end link bolt is still up here, which means the back of it's still in there because it's broken. So, yeah. And then the other point of impact that we have, the rubber isolator for the radiator is missing. There's a bolt that holds this cooling stack together down here. You can see it slides up. It goes in down here. The bolt's missing. This obviously has been impacted here. It looks a lot worse than what it actually is. This side over here has just got a little bend here. No big deal. I'm pretty sure the condenser's probably got a hole in it. As for the passenger side or the driver's side, inner fender's busted a little bit. Not a huge deal. Actually, the air box was broken. It's laying over there on the ground now. Both headlights were busted, which we already knew about. And then I don't know. I'm guessing this was caused by misuse of a jack. This damage down here. So I'm not really worried about it. I'm going to come down in here and bend it back out, but this doesn't look like any kind of like crash damage. It looks like somebody put a jack in there and didn't know what they were doing. But the driver's side strut, it does need to be replaced. I don't know what is going on, but it does need replaced. I'm not going to replace it right this second. It's still decent, but it is, you know, this car's got a ton of miles on it, so I'm guessing this thing's been in here for a while. So it needs replaced, but we're just not going to worry about it right now. Again, brakes and everything. I put the new control arm down in here. The ball joint on the bottom here is still really good. I put the CV axle back in here. The factory CV axle that was in it is still really good. So we're missing a few parts. We're missing headlights. I'm gonna order a new condenser, sway bar end links, which Anna's going to get now. The brake hoses and a couple of those. I'm gonna straighten out the front frame horns. Shouldn't be a big deal. I'll probably like hook it up to the forklift and put tension on it and then kind of hammer it and flatten it out. But yeah, and then the rubber isolators, which I can't seem to find. I'll do a little harder searching on the internet, see if I can find them on the internet before I go dipping into another junkyard or whatever. But yeah, so there's not like a ton of more damage than what I thought there was. It's just a couple little things, so it's not that bad. I'm gonna keep rolling, get the front suspension put back on, and we're gonna start with doing the brakes and getting that all squared away. Alright guys, so I just got back from the tire place. I've got 2 new tires, new used tires, put on the rear where I had the monster truck junks on there. So now the front tires almost match the rear tires. The front tires are still junk. We're going to get some of those, but baby steps. We're going to move on to the brakes now. for the brakes, we went straight to my best car buddy, Jeff Bezos, and got some front and rear slotted and drilled rotors and some Power Stop Evo brake pads, new powder coated red calipers, because you know, Fast and the Furious and whatnot. So I'm going to put all the brake stuff on now because everything else is done under here. So yeah, that's pretty much all we got left to do. Change the oil and then go for a test drive. Figure out how to put transmission fluid in it.
I'm Googling it now.
Anna's Googling now. So yeah, I'm gonna do that, and then we'll go take it for a test drive. So off camera, I put the pads in here, and then lubed up the pads with the silicone caliper grease. Let's hope it goes on there.
Looks great.
I know. On the side of the transmission, and if fluid doesn't run out, then it's not. You gotta put fluid in it. It's a conundrum. What? Hi.
Are you enjoying working on your new Cobalt?
It's not mine.
I'm on brake pumping duty because we're bleeding the brakes, and I'm in the air. Yeah, this is what it feels like to be tall, I bet. You can see everything. Yay! And we're done bleeding brakes. Mike, would you like to tell everyone where the oil filter is located?
It's underneath the supercharger.
Conveniently.
Yeah.
Did you get it?
Sure did. Ish. Ta-da!
Yay! Ooh. It's like nasty.
I think a rod's gonna start flying
I
out.
like when
hit
you
us in
open
the face.
When you open the door on it, the odometer lights up and lets you know this thing is wore out.
Hey!
It sounds like an elevator.
Alrighty, if Mike is putting it in more, right?
Well, at least it started.
Well, you know.
Hey, look. You look so cute in there.
Got a brake light on.
Well,
Did you have a brake light out?
the brake light on my other Cobalt comes on all the time. Ew. Big spider.
Where's the spider go?
I don't know. Do not like spiders.
Looks splendid.
Doesn't quite match, but it'll work.
You can tell it starts a lot easier.
Yeah.
can't see nothing. Love the window.
Let's just hope we don't get pulled over.
Yeah.
Not again.
So, the first test drive actually went pretty good. It actually goes pretty good. It zips pretty well. The boost gauge isn't working though. I don't know what's up with that. I'll look into it, but it handles all right and it's pretty quick. The clutch seems pretty solid, so I don't know. I think this might end up being a decent little cheap domestic import thing. I don't know. Anyway, Anna seems to enjoy it, so we're gonna continue dumping time and money into it until she doesn't enjoy it anymore. So yeah, but I think it's gonna stick around for a while. We'll put some more parts on it and see where we can take this little supercharged 4-banger. Well, anyway, thanks for watching How's It Doing Garage, and we'll see you guys on the next video.